Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make two easy and awesome fall decorations. I know people are going to ask me if they can put lights in that second one, and I do not recommend that because it is organic matter, and I don't know what kind of lights you're going to be using, but let's just keep lights away from this one, okay? All right, let's move on. All right, y'all, let's get started. First off, I might be moving a little bit slowly. I burned my hand a while ago. I was using a curling iron, right? And my dog, my German Shepherd, jumped up and he hit the cord with his paw and he jerked it out of my hand. And I wasn't thinking, I just grabbed it so it wouldn't fall on him and burn him. And I got burned. You can't really see it on camera now because kind of like just happened, but it's going to be hurting real bad here in a little bit. But first off, I have this little, like a tiny little fish bowl as a candle holder that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I also got this candle plate. All right, so this plate, you can see here. Why is there a hair on it? Oh my gosh, a cat must have been in here or something. Anyway, $2.79. This is 5-inch. And this one, I don't know if there's a size. No, it just says bubble ball. Anyway, we're going to be using both of these. You can use a bigger one if you like. I just thought this was a good size. Anyway, let us take the tags off, because you know, if you don't take off the labels, the label police are gonna come after you. So let's do that. Okie dokie. So the labels have been removed, so the label police won't come after us. And now I have this fall table scatter, once again from Hobby Lobby. Now we're gonna put this in here, and I have these LED lights that I had used in the previous craft, and they're all kind of like bundled up. But you know what? It's gonna be okay for this craft. It doesn't have to be totally unwound. I'm unwound enough as it is. But we're gonna take this, and I got two of these bags. I don't know how many I'm gonna use. Probably just the one bag. I'm reasonably certain it's just the one bag. And I think I like everything in here. Oh, y'all know I'm not a big fan of gold, but I think I'm gonna leave the little gold pumpkins in there. I'm gonna put this in there, and then I'm gonna try to cram some of these lights down in there. Now, when we glue the top on, we're not going to be using E6000 or anything like that. We're actually going to be using some hot glue. Why? Because if your lights burn out, or if you want to change the lights or something, you know, if you use E6000, it's going to be very hard to get them back apart. So we're just going to use some hot glue. That way, if you want to, like I said, take it apart, you'll be able to do that later. Hold on. Hold on! Cram it all down in there. Now, I don't know how well this is going to stay. I don't know. All right. And then we're just going to take more of this and pour it on top of it. Get in there. I like these leaves. Aren't these pretty? Let's see if I can, like, push some, like, down on the side here so that maybe we can see them when we put everything else in there. Yeah, and you know what? I want just a little bit more, so... And you don't have to put more in there if you don't want to. One bag would have been absolutely fine. But you know what? Well, we're going to put some more. Whoa. What is this? Do you hear my dogs in there playing? They're in there acting crazy. Let's try to space this out a little bit better. Anyway, we'll work on spacing this out. Okay, I think that'll be enough. Okay. Well, like I said, we're using the hot glue. So because the hot glue and glass, we know that they really don't mesh well together, right? So you need to put this somewhere where cats, dogs, and feral children won't be able to get a hold of it. And just be so careful as you're putting the hot glue around the edge. You want to work quickly. Try to be careful to not like gloop it down inside there so it will get all over your decorations. I'm probably not doing a very good job. I did it. Okay. Push this down in there. There we go. Okay. Now, just let that sit and let the hot glue set up. But now we can turn on our lights. Oh, I like the twinkle. So I think we're going to leave. That like that. Oh, that's cute. All right, so I'm going to let the glue set up and let me go find a fall type candle. So I got this candle also from Hobby Lobby. It was $15.99, and y'all have seen me use this in a previous craft. So I'm just going to set a little pumpkin right there. Okay, so let me get a good picture of this for you. I know I have some more. I'm looking around. I know I have some more fall candles. I will see if I have like a big pillar candle and see what that looks like. But I think I'm going to leave the pumpkin one to reflect the pumpkins down in here. Anyway, hold on. Yo, look what I've got. I found some gold cording. You know what? We could glue this around here because I'm like, okay, so this is like got a lot of gold and stuff in it, and this is heavy. And then you have like this empty space here, and then you have like the pumpkin candle. I'm like, you know what? It needs something else. So I think I've got enough of this to maybe go around this twice. I don't know. We're just gonna have to glue it on and see, okay? And I know I've got some more of this over here, so I'm just gonna kind of put this like towards the bottom of that glass dish right there, okay? And then I'm just going to glue it around and around. So I have got this glued around. You know, in my opinion, the gold cord made it better. Okay, in my opinion, it looks a lot better. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Oh God, this is hurting my hand to use scissors. Owie. Oh. Dogs, right? If they weren't so cute, I tell you. I kept my boy from getting burned though. All right. So there we go. Now you put your pumpkin candle to it. That looks better. Okay, that looks so much better. Yes. Okay, I like that better. All right. All right. Moving on. All right, y'all, what do I have now? I have 2 of these wire baskets from Dollar Tree. And look, they come in several different colors, but these are already sort of like a coppery orange type color. And that's going to work really well for what I want to do, because I want to try to turn these into a pumpkin. I also have this, turn it around, this big bag of stuff, highly fragranced potpourri, purely pumpkin. This came from Hobby Lobby. You can get this at Walmart, pretty much any craft store, right? I just happened to be near Hobby Lobby and I grabbed this. So let me get this open and we're going to put this in here. Okay, now these pieces here look to be fairly large, so I don't think we're really going to have a problem with them coming out through the little openings here. It should be okay. Anyway, we're going to take these out piece by piece. And see, I know these pine cones are going to be fine. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, this is going to be annoying, and I'm sorry. We're just going to get out whatever we can. Uh-oh, see, okay, so that fell out. We're just going to see. Okay, here's some cinnamon sticks. Now, I know these cinnamon sticks are probably going to fall out. These little pieces here, those I'm sure will fall out. So we're just having to use the bigger pieces. And there's some leaves and whatnot. I'm not going to use all this. I'm probably going to keep this little pumpkin out to use in something else. Uh-oh. Where we can actually see it. But I just like the fragrance of this. So, mostly pine cones. I'm going to keep going. I got stuff all over my hand. See, and this is where I hurt my hand the other day. I know that was gross. You're like, don't show me that. I'm sorry. All right, so now I have some floral wire over here, and we're going to be using this wire to attach these. Uh-oh, hold on. So let's see how we can do this. I think I'm just going to go through here first, and let's just twist this together. And I'm not really going to tighten it down like really, really tight. Like super tight. I know I'm using my scissors for this. You can fuss at me if you want to. And now we're just going to whoop, put it together and stand it up. And just shake it until we get these the way that we want. And then once we wire it together, we can go back and we can, you know, like you can see, just go through here and we can arrange things a little bit better. But I'm just concerned about getting this wired together first. So now that I've flipped it over, we're just going to take some more wire here and fasten it together. You know what? Let's go around this way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! There we go. There we go. Okay. And twist. I'm not going to use a whole lot of this wire because it doesn't match our baskets. This is some raggedy scissors. Like I said, if y'all start fussing at me, just know these scissors are raggedy. Okay. And then I'm going to wire it down in just a couple more places. Okay. So now that we have this wired together, now we can take some of these other pieces in here if you want to. And just kind of, I need to cut this off. And just kind of like press it down in there. There we go. See, we have like these orange slices and stuff. Like set it in the top there, you know, so that it won't fall out. Do you want that in there? If you want. If and you want to. But we can finish this up here in a little bit. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to find something for a stem. And then I'm going to get some leaves over here. I'm going to put some leaves on the top. All right, so I have some artificial flowers over here. And I like the way these leaves look. You use whatever leaves you want to use, friend. This is what I'm going to use. And these flowers in particular came from Walmart. Let's just look around and try to find some more. There we are. There we are. Now, are we going to glue these down or are we going to wire them down? Oh, that's the question. You know what? I'm just kind of spreading them out like so. You know what? Because I'm going to put it like right there. Can you see this? Okay. I think it'd look okay. You know what? I need to bend these down a little bit. And the way that you can do that is you see like the plastic veins right here. You can take the nozzle of your glue gun and just kind of hold it on there just for a few seconds. And it will get hot and it will sort of melt that plastic. And then you can kind of bend it down and then hold it until it cools and it'll help that to lay a little bit flatter. All right, while I'm getting some other stuff together, let me show you another way that you can do this too if you have a heat gun. I know a lot of people don't have a heat gun. That's why I showed you how to do it with your hot glue gun. But you can just, this is just a piece of wood. You can turn your heat gun on low, just kind of blast it there in the center. Watch it, it'll start melting. You see how it just kind of flattens itself out? Or you can take something and press it and then hold that down like so. And it will help it to lay flat. Like that. Okay. Back to the task at hand. See, I like that. I like the way that looks. So don't I wire this down? I don't know. You know what? We might better wire this. Because I think it'll be difficult to get the hot glue down in there. What do y'all think? What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? I'm thinking I want to wash this stuff off my hands because my hands are orange. Okie dokie. So let's put this on the top. Kind of wire. I don't want it to like bunch up. You see what I'm doing here? Can y'all see what I'm doing? There we go. And then we can use like just a little spot of hot glue just to tack it in place. But I didn't want to rely on the hot glue completely. All right. So now let's take these other leaves here and decide where. Okay, that looks okay. I say it's okay. This is what I'm going to use. If you don't like what I'm doing, then don't do it. So we're just going to wire this down as well and trim away the ends. Okay, so now what do I have? I have a stick. This is a stick up. Anyway, Amber, that joke's getting old. We're going to take this and I'm just sticking it down in the top like that, okay? You can glue it down in there if you want to. I'm really not going to worry with it. Just kind of place it in the top. Now I want to put something right here, okay? So think what I'm going to do. Hang tight. Hold on. I have some of this. Get out the way. I got some of this. And I think I'm going to tie a bow with it. Oh God. Let's get a handful. Amber. Huh. All right. Anyway, you see this? You see this? I'm going to tie a bow. And it's going to take me a minute. So I'll do that off camera as well. Why is the end? Why is this end so short? I don't know, y'all. Whatever. Maybe do it off camera. I don't know. Well, didn't take me as long as I thought it would. You just got to work with it, you know. You just got to work with it. I wrote that song. You like it? All right. Pull this down and kind of feather that out a little bit, make a raggedy bow. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. All right, that'll work. I'm going to glue it on here. See where this stick is. Oh, you know what? Let's trim this away. Okay. Now we can glue it down. Come on. How long is it going to take you? I got a riddle for you. How long does it take my glue gun to get hot if I sit here and stare at it and not just leave it alone and let it do its thing? Never. The answer is never. It'll never get hot. Okay, let's glue this up top. Okay, so here it is. And I know that this is difficult to see. You've seen it at the beginning of the video. If you'll hang on just a second, I'll have another photo of it for you at the end of the video. But anyway, there it is. I hope that you enjoyed this. Now, I know somebody's going to say, put some lights in it. You know what? This is like organic material, and it has been treated with the fragrance oils, and I would not put lights in this, okay? I did in the previous craft because those pieces were made out of plastic, but I would not put lights or anything on this, okay? You can if you want, but I'm not going to be held liable. Anyway, if you would, please give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!